right, Chief, your name and title for us, please.
My name is Patricia Cantu. I'm an Assistant Chief with the Houston Police Department. Today we're out here at 700 North Ella Ridge Lane. We're here together with the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force, which is a multi-agency group that runs warrants. Harris County Sheriff's Department is also involved. We're out here for an officer-involved shooting. The incident occurred here in the city limits of Houston, which is every time there's an officer-involved shooting, we come out to investigate the incident. The primary shooter here was a Harris County Sheriff's officer. Therefore, I'll have Assistant Chief Tommy Diaz with the Sheriff's Office come and give the details of this incident.
Good afternoon. First of all, thank all y'all for waiting in the heat. I also want to appreciate our partners, the Houston Police Department and the United States Marshals. We are participating in a multi-agency task force. It's our responsibility, along with our teammates, to look for the most violent criminals in the Gulf Coast region. So as it stands today, there are currently 700 outstanding murder warrants. Our team is responsible for finding those folks and bringing them to justice. So what happened today was we were looking for the last of 4 capital murder suspects in an investigation that was led by the Houston Police Department. We located that suspect and we executed the warrant. There was a brief standoff, and there was our deputies exchanged gunfire with the suspect, and at the end of it, the person did die, and so we all responded. What you're going to see today is a multi-agency response from the City of Houston. They're the primary criminal investigative body. We'll have internal affairs division here. They're going to look at all the administrative policies from our agency. The district attorney's office is also here, which leads a third-party investigative investigation. At the subsequent completion of this investigation, it will be presented to the grand jury, who will make a final disposition on the case.
Any officers injured?
No, we're very fortunate today that our deputies are safe. They're fine, but unfortunately, we do, someone did die in this situation. It's very serious to us. That's why we roll out so many investigative bodies. So, but thank you for asking. Yes.
Take us through what happened. Like the intricacies of it.
Being that we're the case occurred in the city of Houston, they're the primary law enforcement agency. We're still doing investigation. We're going to have folks from forensic standpoint that will make sure that whatever information we give out will be accurate. This particular juncture, we're still at the preliminary stages. So for me to walk through it would be, pretty early in that stage.
So did the suspect fire at you guys?
That's to be determined, but we know that from what we're understanding at this point is that there was gunfire. So
you said there was an exchange of gunfire earlier.
Right. So that's got to be determined with the forensic evidence to see
there was. So at this point, we should not say there was an exchange, because exchange means back and forth, right?
Sure. Okay.
So, can you just give a little better idea for people talking about why this is an HPD case, but why the sheriff's office is involved?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
No.
And I apologize. I meant to say that the capital murder that he's wanted on, it happened on 5901 Zelensky on May 18 of this year. But I'm going to let him finish. We do work together as a multi-task agency, and the reason he's coming forward is because his officer was one of the officers involved in the shooting. We don't have an officer that was there. We're coming out to let you know we don't have body-worn camera footage. However, as the investigative agency, we will be looking for that in the investigation with any other video camera and anything else that comes along. But I'm going to let you continue, right. Assistant Chief.
So to answer your question, absolutely. In these types of scenarios where it's a multi-agency task force, sometimes the jurisdiction, the primary jurisdiction in this particular area, the primary law enforcement agency, is the City of Houston Police Department. So just depends on where the event occurred, who will be the primary law enforcement agency investigating. So we're blocks away from unincorporated Harris County. Had it occurred there, then the Harris County Sheriff's Office would have been the primary investigative body.
But y'all's deputy that fire job is part of this task force.
Correct. And so, and this also gives some, like a third party that comes in, they handle it. And so,
how many members of the task force were here?
I don't have that specific answer.
How many deputies opened fire?
2.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
I do not.
Do you know how many times the suspect was hit?
I do not. No, ma'am.
Do you know?
So the question was, how many times was the suspect hit? We're going to wait for the ME's office, the Institute of Forensic Science. Well, yeah, they'll come to the scene and they'll make those determinations in an official autopsy.
What led you guys to this location?
So the multi-agency task force, they're always they have a series of tactics and things to help locate wanted suspects, and so I can't tell you specifically what it was. That today was the day that they located the suspect here.
Was this his primary address?
I don't believe so. No.
Was there anyone else inside the home at the time that they served this warrant?
Yes, I can't tell you how many people were in the home at the time, but there were other folks here. They're all safe, and they are. We're looking after them to make sure that they're okay.
Any children?
No, ma'am. The question was any children? No, ma'am. No.
Nothing.
Yeah. No. Any other questions?
Just the fact that it's a task force.
Yes.
This must have been a serious offense and must have been on the run for a while. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So yes, it was a.
Was involved in this?
So right, this particular task force does look for the most serious offenders in the Gulf Coast region. That's why we partner with the U.S. Marshal's Office, who's an incredible resource for us, and. This particular suspect was wanted for capital murder, and it was multiple suspects who needed to be apprehended. This was the last of 4. The other 3 are in custody.
She said it happened on Sylvester, so she able to get more information on the actual initial case that led you guys to this point?
We're gonna push out a press release to give all the details right after this. We're working on it right now, so you'll have all that information shortly.
What are we missing? What should we be asking out here? And you don't have to look at me.
We've been listening to HPD and the Harris County Sheriff's Office as they talk about details into an officer-involved shooting, a fatal shooting this morning in North Harris County. We'll certainly have more for you this afternoon at 4.
We are streaming this for you right now on clicktohouston.com.